is what it is. So to explain a little bit how normally we take the pre-orb. So if there is a fair value gap inside our orb range, we need to put our stop actually at. So this is a fair value gap. So if we go down, we should put our stop at the high or the previous wick high. So same on the other side. So previous wick low. Unless it is completely filled up. So this one is actually completely filled up. We do have a 1 minute still here, so I will put it up here. If we go down. The good thing in pre-London session that our orb ranges are very small, so they're only like 20 points. So you cannot see them the same as New York session. So we can enter a lot more contracts. The 5 minute closed to the upside. Did the 5 minute close to the upside? No, it did not. Did I mark something incorrect? I don't have it. So it's from 8, 8.5, 8.10. So this is my range. So I did not have any close up or down at this point. So this is actually the range. From here starting to this candle. So 8.15 is actually from 8.10 is actually 14.59 seconds. The 15 is then the opening. So I'm actually still in my range. I prefer the 5 minute to close to the upside, is if that is the question you were asking, Quapo. If it goes down, this will be the target. If it goes up, we have equal highs. And we have another set of equal highs, a bit higher. But if we watch the hourly, we can see that we have been going a little bit sideways now. So always be cautious of the higher time frames. Those are actually the ones that shows us where the market wants to go. Especially because if we are in a trade and pre-orb session, we can be in a trade for a few hours. So we do need to watch the bigger time frames too for ourselves. That's okay. It happened to me too. It's still morning, Guapo. Or it's evening with you. I don't know what time zone you live in. So if we go up, stops will be here. And if we go down, stops will be here at this point. So this still looks like it wants to go higher. And actually one way to see this is you can see how strong the bullish candles are in comparison to the downwards candles. They are way less strong. So we took 2 candles to make 6 down, 5. Same here, we had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one immediately took 3 or 4 candles back up. So that means that the buyers are way more in strength. And the same reason to the upside. So we came down, we tapped 1 minute, and we saw a very strong push out of it. But if I see that we have, again, a ranging market for the next 20 minutes, I'll probably wait until London sweeps something up or down and then take an ILM back up. Because it's been like this for the last 4 or 5 days. Somebody yesterday asked me, how do I get over not winning streaks too? The only thing that I can say for this is when you see a model, always implement the strategy until you can adapt your brain to stop thinking about it. Because it's not always easy when you see a model form to enter a trade. If you're not fully confident yet in any strategy yet that you are implementing, if you're new to trading, just start with 1 contract and always enter it with 1. No matter what, put your stop where you should put it, take your TP where it is, and just let it run. And once you get full confident, start with 2 contracts, then 3, then 4, and so on. So actually we're creating constantly bullish for value gaps again here. We created a value gap, we tapped it, we did not sweep the lows, and we continued higher. So this is actually for me still a bullish structure. If you ever have the chance to learn about candles and how they are created and how they form and how they actually print a language, learn it if you get the chance to it. It's very nice that you actually can read while they are printing so that you feel more comfortable in a trade when it goes correctly. Because having a good mindset in trading is a plus. Because you want to think in what you want to have and not what you don't want to have. So we got another 5 minutes. Let's see where it close. People that do want to know, so this one I started last week. So it's been trading for 2 days. Friday I did not take a trade. So in 2 days, I'm halfway. That was exactly the same time when this one was funded. So I took 2 trades. I was not activated in the morning session, so I needed to wait. So I'm very transparent with all the trades I take. So you actually can see that I also do what I say I do. I find it important. So now we're tapping exactly that last 1 minute for value gap here. So this is why I said that that would be our stop. Also, the reason is if this 1 minute for value gap actually holds any value, we should not close above this. So this still looks like a bullish structure at this point, so I believe we will just rally through it. Was that close? Still 3 minutes. So now we did clean off those for value gaps here. So my last stop will or this wick be or this one. I do believe it's closed completely. The 1 minute, not 100%, but we'll take this stop. So if we go higher, I'll put my stop here on 22,933. I know this for value gap here is not closed completely. So there is a possibility I want to clean off this one before continuing higher. But this gives me an extra 10 points. So everybody, if somebody ever talks about a protected stop, or this is what I call a protected stop. If it's in terminology 100% correct, that I still need to look up for, but I see a protected stop where for value gap is, or some form of liquidity has been taken that it should not breach again if it wants to continue the movement that it's taking. So 1 minute, I will see if you have a breach. So if you want to choose for yourself, I will put my stop at 22,933. But to be 100% correct, you should put it at 22,923. So it's up to you where you want to put it. Forty seconds. I believe this will be a 3 tail contract, 10 points, 20. I'll start with 3. I will add more if it's needed. So that's a buy. So we'll add another 2 here. So I'm halfway, so this is 0.5. First target will be up. I'm in a long position. If we close above 22,948, I will add an extra 2 contracts to it. But I do want to see now this continuation movement because we were still in our last fair value gap, and I wanted actually to see it completely go above here. We did not, so I'm a bit patient. Then I prefer to use a bit less contracts to conserve money. So money management is one of the main reasons why I'm actually very profitable, because I actually decrease my contracts if my trades do not go correctly. So it gives me more chance to regain what I gave to the market. So if you should put your stop all the way down here, so if you're in with 5 contracts, that's a 1 hour. So I do not want to see it go lower than this gap if the market should go correctly. If we tap and we do not see it continuation directly from here, I will definitely decrease a few contracts off of it. So it saves us about 5 points. If we do go above here, like I said, I will add an extra 2. I do want to see a body close above it, not just a wick. So this would be first TP if we do make it all the way up. So that would be second. I probably will put it just under. I do think there's a fair value gap right here. Yeah, so I'll put it right here. So that will be second TP. And now all we can do is be patient. Let the market do its thing. The reason why I'm a bit more careful is also because we were going sideways. I said, you can see not the strongest push. So ORP is a continuation movement, and then actually after a sweep like we did here, there is a big possibility that we just continue, of course. Thank you for sharing the screen. I much appreciated. So we have max viewers. Can anybody just send a DM to Erwin or Ty and tell them that we actually have a full stream? So maybe they put me up higher so that I actually can be in Pit Square so everybody can see it, play Pit Square. I'm fine by sitting here, but it will help you all easier. And now just relax. If it's a good trade, we will be here for at least a half an hour to an hour. In about 5 minutes we have an opening. Oh, I got live finally. Stream. Let's hope you guys can see it on YouTube now. Yeah. Thanks the Neo on YouTube. Yeah, I've been trying to share it for a few times now, but actually it has stopped for a few times. Let's hope it works now. So now after we tap that high, actually I want to see a continuation. I do not want to see us come back in. I just want a fluid movement now upwards. So in about 2 minutes we have market open. And that's the official opening of London. Bless you. So this is actually a 4-to-1 trade if we hit our full TP. So this is actually a very profitable trade. But only risking a half or we make about 2 points. Bit more than 2 or. No, this is hard stop here. I will not use soft stops today. So if it sweeps, it will take me perfectly. I actually want to see a continuation directly from here. I do not want to see a small retracement at all. Especially because now it's market open. 3, 2, 1. You can see some volatility. So we can come to this low. I don't want to see it come further than that. And I want to see a direct movement up to the highs. So as I said, the most protective stop was this one, of course. So I gave you the opportunity to make your own decisions today, to choose if you wanted to stay at here or here. If I do see you close under here, I will decrease a few contracts. Just to stay on risk perimeter so I can actually re-enter if it's needed. There are two reasons why actually this one is a better stop, because we still had a small fair value gap down here that was not completely filled. Great, none on the sides, not the joint. Okay, so this will be our stop. That was our stop. That was minus 0.5. So this is the last liquidity spot that I actually was talking about here. Okay, time to lock. The good thing about this, if it's not a good trade, normally we get out very soon. But the 8th, the 7th actually was that still. Now you can see if this one will hold well, yes or no. So that would be a great example then from why we put our stops at certain points. So I want to take a long here. Do know that this strategy has like a 60% win rate, so we do take some losses. All strategies do. Be okay with it. It's just a trade, people. 11:45. And I believe that was 12 o'clock. Yeah, so that was 8 at 12. Took a long. The only reason why I don't actually like to short here is because we did not sweep any time-based liquidity yet. So this is actually only London for me, so this still counts for me as pre-London session. Some people count it differently. But that is a very strong 5-minute candle. I did not even have time to reduce contracts. I will take a look. That was second stop, so we did good by putting it higher, only risking a half hour. Now be patient for the next 5 to 7 minutes and see what happens. Let market open do its thing. If I have a chance to take one more, I will. If not, I will also let you know. So this was nothing special. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, the only thing I didn't like about this that it was going sideways again. Still want to see the market go up. Nothing has changed. And I'll always be patient before entering a second trade. Don't just jump into anything. Follow a plan or a strategy that you always follow. Same here for me. So now in the first 15 minutes after I took a not profit, I cannot trade, so I need to be patient. The reason why is this stops me from doing anything rational, so it keeps me in control. Because if we do this and we start immediately to trade again, most of the times it's not out of a plan, it's just out of wanting to gain back what you just gave to the market. This month I'm up 12.3R. Took about 12 trades, 4 not wins and 8 wins for this month. So trading has been good. Pre-ops has not been very profitable. Few trades can happen. Last month was the same. In the beginning of the month, it was actually not so profitable, and by halfway the month, it started becoming profitable. And by the end of the month, we made 8.9 R. So it became profitable by the end. But you still needed to reserve capital very good. You could have made an 11, but I let a 3R go to get full TP. But otherwise, very good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, most of the profits came from NY or just actually on ILMs too. So I took a few ILMs. Yesterday I took an ILM up. So what did I take? Here I took an ILM up. So this was actually a pre-London session that was here. We swept London down below. We had an ILM back up, 15 minutes. These were a 15-minute candle. We broke the structure. I waited for a 5-minute entry and I saw equal highs just above, and that was my target. So this was actually a 1 hour trade, a bit more than a 1 hour trade, 1.2. So, and the one after one, I took a small short, but actually that was a minute to the lows of London. And then I did not trade anymore. I collected more than an hour, almost an hour and a half, and I said, okay, that will be it for me for today. So I locked myself out. And the rest of the month, pre-orb was not correct, re-orb was not correct. So this is 3 times now. Pre-orb was not good for us. This was a good pre-orb. Then this is London. This is New York. Clean move up. This was actually somebody. Nix showed us the lows. Hunter decided also to enter this one pre-session. I waited for the orb to breach until I entered. But they stopped somewhere at the highs, I believe, and I took it a bit further. Oh, this was a trade from Nix that we took on stream with him. This was retracement, draw to the highs, pre-market. Yeah, this one I said that I actually should not be doing. That was pre-market. So this was in our orb range. We had a 5-minute retracement and then continuation. I actually closed the trade here when I did not see that we were actually breaching the orb. Then I re-entered a one position, just one contract to continue movement because I made 4R. And that's actually this one then. I said that someone made 4R, see here. And then I let it go. But at this point, New York session has been more profitable than London session. It depends actually on what London decides to do. If London decides to join pre-session, we can have a 5 to 7 hour trade, but these do not come that often. They make sure that we are profitable, so we do need to take them all to make sure that we get profitable. So this is 15 minutes, so this should be the official orb range of London's Open, actually. I actually don't want to short, so I have no idea what to short to. We just have one reference point for me. That would be this fair value gap just below this liquidity grab, and then I believe we will just continue higher. So many profitable pre-order trades are in April. Could you go through those two? Yeah, of course. Yeah, this was the start when I started adding to my trades. So the same what I'm doing now. I'm making sure that I have smaller losses, and then I start adding to my trades. So let me take a look where I started. Once I get the picture, I normally remember the trades. So this was pre-orb, and actually Orb decided, and London decided to join. Clear draw to time-based liquidity. I did not want to take it all the way lower. It felt lower, so it actually kept going here. But I saw equal lows. I did not want to tap this one. I just draw to equal lows, and that was enough for me. So this was actually 50% of the range. There was no fair value gaps inside, so I should not have put it all the way to the highs. And I added exactly when we breached this low, and I saw a continuation. I added again. I saw a breach of this low. Once we came a little bit back up, I saw again to the one standard deviation. I added one more time, and then here was full TP. So this was actually only like a 1 hour, maybe 1 hour and a half. But by adding to my trades, I made it a 4.2. So no breach. Just wanted to take a look. This was a long. What was this time size? This was the afternoon session. So that's 3. That was actually same again. Equal highs. You see retracement. So this actually looks like. Oh no, that was this one. I was gonna say this one just looked like the previous one I took, but it was that one. So this was 7. Okay, so this morning session, pre-orb, range halfway. You can see no fair value gaps inside. About the short, it just swapped some form of liquidity, and actually London decided to go the other part. I did not participate afterwards, so that was a loss. That was 1.2. So here I still used full Rs. Now I reduce, so to make sure that we actually have more capital left. Trade after that. That was 8 o'clock. So we actually were not. I believe we did not breach 5 minutes until London actually started to join. So 8:30. This was a very small orb, I believe I took. Yeah, here was the breach. I put the stop at the low. There were value gaps below, so I still used the 50% range because this was a sweep of some liquidity form. So I took this low, and I targeted 1 hour, I believe, here with extra contracts. Yeah, I put it an extra 10 contracts in this trade. So what did I do? I added when it breached this high, and I added when it breached this high. I waited. It took the highs one more time. I added one more time, then, and I took it here because this was enough for me. So these are small trades, but they deliver a lot of profit. So still no breach to the down or upside. This was a short. So we saw equal highs. I did just enter. I put a one. Actually, on stream, I believe this was a 1 minute for value gap here that I saw that was a point of interest that we could see change in delivery. And actually, we tapped it and moved directly to the highs. No luck. So this was one of the first time I tried then if the orb range after the first one worked. So this was 2 times the same date. So the first time we closed here, wanted to go short. Second time it closed below. I wanted to re-enter it one more time, and it actually did the same. It just went up to the highs. So these are two the same trades almost. Can happen. So this was why I lost 2R here, or I gave 2R. Again, morning session. So here was our opening, we came, and then here it started moving lower. So this was London actually decided to join the pre-orb session to the lows. And this was actually, if I held to this trade, that was this one actually very low. So this was a very good trade. 2.7, I just closed the trade. I went to the profit that I actually wanted to make. There was a loss. Or it swept highs and then it came. Oh no, it actually tapped my DP, I believe, and then it went back up. Followed the move to the dine was long, patience, worked out fine, clean targets where the market was drawn to. Oh no, this is actually a trade that I took where this was outside the orb range, so I know exactly what this race was. There was actually equal lows just below on the left side here, and this was a draw to liquidity. And after this candle breached below here, I actually felt that this market wanted to go to that low. So this is why sometimes I dare to add a few contracts then into just small movements. So I believe I took 6 or 7 contracts in this trade. It takes a while sometimes to remember, but it comes back always. Here were a few times that the orb did not work, so I took it and to 0.5%, and I went out. And that was a small orb. I added contracts and took profit because it felt I didn't feel it anymore. So it closed, it went back up, and when it started moving here, I started adding, and I just let it run, and I took enough profit. I just said, let's close this trade. I will teach you how to add, all of you, but it's less easy to trade adding or to trade when everybody is no, let me say it differently. It's less easy for myself to trade when all of you are. I feel more responsible for all of your capital than I feel for my own. So it's less easy for me to just continue adding every time. If I'm not trading with you all, I do it very easily, but somehow when I trade together with you, it's less easy for me. Still did not figure out why, but I believe just I feel more responsible for all of your profits that I want to make for you. And actually, I have to think differently because this is why I was very profitable in the first April month. So again, orb short. I took a 1 hour or 1.5 hour. I added this close. I added, I believe, after we dumped to this for value gap, I added one more time, and we came into a stack for value gaps, and I just took profit. This trade went lower. I just closed it. It was enough. Retest movement down. So this was an ILM I took. I did not log this trade. Need to go back in this one and watch what it was exactly. That was an ILM. Forgot to put the chart into it. Can happen. This is morning session, so this was orb. We did not close anywhere above. We closed and then we took it to the value gap. Actually, it's continued all day, way higher here, but this was enough for me. I don't believe I added anything on this trade. Did I add long 5 contracts? So no, I did not add. It was just a full trade one time. Pre-orb session again. We start moving downwards immediately, took liquidity, and that was my target for this liquidity grab. I actually have no idea what it done after this one. Clear draw to liquidity. This was yeah, I used to draw it like this before I entered trades, so I waited until one of the two formed. I just added this one before. This was when I was teaching my wife it, so I just drew this in front so we knew which were almost how far our stop would be. 15-minute value gap inside. I put it my stop just below that last wick, and it started rallying. Actually, 5-minute breach was here, and I just continued higher. This was actually a high that was protected, but I waited for a 5-minute close. I took my profit here immediately then, and it rallied continuously higher even, so I should have held this one. But actually we made a 4R. I added contracts to this one, this high. I added, I believe, another 6, and then I just let it run. Again, there was a small trade. I still put it my stop at the 50% here. I took it 0.8, I believe this was. It was a 3, and I added how much? Moest stoppen omdat ik het niet hoor. It was still in Flemish, so if you can't read it, quite normal. So orb was a good trade. So orb long was good. Orb not worked this time. Oh, so orb didn't work this time. So this was a lot. This was. Oh, how did I lock this? Strange locking this one. Oh wait, it was this one. Oh, so I had to close this one because I targeted my maximum day. So this was actually when I got funded, I believe here. So I couldn't go higher because that was the end of my profit that I need to have. Orb long was good and it didn't work this time, so this one was that it didn't work. Again, orb breach, so nothing directly stopped. So breached here and it came back directly. There are months that it works very good, then there are months that it works a bit less. So again, here you can see clean orb breach directly move to the down. Here I didn't use the 50%. Here I was actually using what the fair value gaps were inside. I used the tops, so we breached. What did we breach? Because I'm inside the range. Oh, and this is London. So this was pre-session. So we breached here, I believe, somewhere. Maybe this one should have been here. Magnetic sometimes is on. So this was pre-orb session. So this was the target. Oh, this is 6 o'clock. So this is the afternoon session. Sorry. Yeah, that was the afternoon session. So then I took one more before. This was an on-stream when I took an ILM to the upside. Time-based liquidity was taken, a nicely 1-minute movement, and this was actually when Dai also took live on stream, and this was a break even. I believe I took some profit here, and then I closed the trade at the BE. It was too big of a candle, this one, and I just closed the trade. I believe that was complete April. If you have any questions of any trades I take, just ask me off stream. I will respond completely to it. Then I will take a look at the chart where it was exactly, so that you can actually see a zoom out version of it. Yeah, okay, anytime. Yeah, if you start with a prop firm, go with Bullnox for the start, people. Top step is not easy to contact if something does not go correctly. I'm still in it, so I'm still having patience to get contact with them. And it's been a while at this point. I think it's been over 3 weeks or 4 weeks now that I did not have any contact yet. So I've been calling them almost daily. I still did not get into it. So we're again like in a chop movement. We can see I said beginning stream that we were going sideways, so we're still moving sideways. If I see this for the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I'll just end the stream and not continue any trades. There's no point of trading sideways movements. We then better just can be patient until New York session and take them online. I'll take them off the stream there. How's your bootcamp been going, Nix? Oh, he just got off. So the good thing is if you don't have an account yet, that you actually can buy one, an extra. For $15, you can have like top step is $49, I believe. So if you divide that by 15.8, that means that you can have 3 accounts for the same price. And do treat them then as a $15 account. Don't let your brain make up anything. It's actually a $15 account we were trading with. And it's actually very easy to pass. So at the beginning of the stream, I said that this liquidity and those two were actually the points where a good stop would be. Inside this one, there were too many fair value gaps just below. So this is also why I changed the stop today. That's why I put it at halfway, not below. So there are certain points that I do use because I see things in the market that if I just put it here, it would have been the same if I put it halfway just a second ago. But the main reason is why I'm doing this stream is not to teach you how the orb works. I believe everybody knows this already. That's in here. But the main reason is to be consistent in something you do, to make you follow a strategy 100% constantly without letting your brain influence yourself, making sure that you are fully in control of your trades, making sure that you have a proper money management risk, and just implement it constantly over and over again. This is actually how you become a profitable trader. You don't need fancy stuff, you just need to be able to repeat stuff over and over again. Actually, this is what we do in every job or any normal activity. You constantly repeat over and over the same activity until it becomes a habit. Trading somehow people want to do fancy stuff. I still did not figure out why, but I used to do it myself. After a few times, changed strategies because this worked better, and then changed again because this worked better. But actually, that did not make me profitable at all. You actually just have to be having one, maximum two strategies. So orb is one strategy. I actually have three. ILMs is one, and then a clear draw to liquidity. So these three strategies I use. Nothing more, nothing less. But to have an ILM, I need to have a sweep of liquidity, a clear sweep of liquidity. So for me, if this one now gets swept, and we then move down in a 15-minute, we have a 5-minute fair value gap inside those, then I would take a short from it. But I want to see this one get swept before opening. Because some people start London session from 2 o'clock. I actually only start London session from 3 o'clock in New York time based. So this is 3. Some people actually start using it from here. So this would then sweep Asia. I prefer to see it from this candle off. Oh, it was a short night for me. Oh, and I feel it. Did anybody take the short on Tesla yesterday together with Ty? Immediately 20% in profit. So this is actually the orb range that we have now. And if it now breaches to the upside, we were just unlucky. That can happen too. Okay, so that was not a close for me. You could actually not see this. Yeah, if we zoom out like this, you cannot see this close. So actually it just closed above the range, but I would not enter this because of you cannot see it. If you watch this hourly, it decides that London will probably go up higher. at least to these equal highs or even higher. We were just not lucky today, but it swept pre-session before we continued. Still would take this trade over and over again, 100%. So in about 3 minutes, let's see what it does. So if I do take another trade, it will be again a half hour maximum risk. No, set up for yourself also a max risk loss in a day or a max net profit. So mine is 2R as a max that I can give to the market. And then I must stop. So now actually for me, this is a time-based sweep. This is where actually I would take ILMs off to the downside. So then I need a 15-minute change of state. So I need actually a next 15 minutes to close under here, have a 5-minute retracement into it, and then short market. I know most people would have taken this ILM down, but it looks like you would have got stopped out of this one. And actually, we have an extra confluence. If now the orb breaks to the downside, we actually have two confluences then that we will go lower. First, time-based sweep. Second, orb breach. So now I've seen a few people say that we already swept Asia. So this is exactly for me still Asia. I know I take it differently, but I've seen it happen too many times. If we stay in this 15-minute and we close above this high, I would love to enter. If we do not, I prefer not to enter. So let's see, we have 25 seconds left. Like I said, half risk is maximum that I will take again. So no close again. Yeah, I know if you zoom in that it was a small close. Look, if you just zoom out like I'm now standing, you can actually hardly see it when outside, so I don't see this as a close. If you want to make it a bit more secure, you can just put this one on second level of thickness. And then it's actually still on the line, so So the next 5 minutes, if we do not have a close or a breach to the upper downside, I will not take another trade. Reason why is in about 10 minutes I get off anyways. If I do see any other trades, I probably won't because I'm in the meeting for a few hours. But if I do see another trade, I will try to inform all of you. Nix doesn't love it that I share my code too, so you can also use mine. Actually, we can all create a code if you want to. It's all the same. So if you go to Bullnox, you can just get one for free directly. It's actually the first one that does it this way. So if you have friends that want to join and you want to give them a prop firm account, use your own code. You did not hear it from me. No, I just want to help. You can perfectly use your own. Same for you. Oh, I'm actually out of my trade zone, so I'm actually not allowed to trade anymore. It's about my maximum premises to trade. So I do believe that this will be a clear draw to this high, to these two highs here. If I am not on stream, I can take this easily, so I just would enter about 10 contracts in this and just let it ride to here. But see, once I'm on stream with all of you, I feel responsible. Now I trade, so I do it differently. It's not as easy to do it when I'm on stream, like I'm off stream. Yeah, I will not take another trade today in the morning session. I wish you all very good trading. If you want to enter, you can, or breach will be in 5 seconds. Wish you all a good trading session. Thank you for being here. Enjoy and trade safe.